Hello everybody and welcome back for some more Driversroom Festival of Speed. It has been a while, but we are back with Driversroom Festival of Speed, otherwise known as DRFS, and we are now at round 6 at Willow Springs in the United States. It will be an interesting race and it will be probably a bit of a fuel saving one. We will have to see if that's true, but let's not wait any longer and let's go through the grid order of today's race. First up we have Flappy. He has put his car on pole for today and will start from the preferred position. Then next up is Cartman. He will start also on the front row, but then in second place. Then next up in third is Sir Butterjob. In fourth we have Der Garrett. Then in fifth we have RJ Cool. Then in sixth we have Mr. Sean. In seventh we have the Robber's Dog. And in 8th we have MS Too Fast For You. Then 9th is occupied by JC. And in 10th, but last but not least, is Mickey. That's the grid order of today's race. Let's see what this race in the USA will bring us. And it's lights out and away we go for round 6 of DRFS. Flappy gets a good launch off the line, but Cartman goes up the inside and takes the lead into turn 1. Bit unexpected, but a move from Cartman has gotten himself the lead. There, the Garrett getting pushed wide by Sir Butterjob in at turn 2. Now uphill on top of the mountain. Very tricky section to get that right, but so far everybody has gotten through it cleanly. Then last sector, almost flat out, maybe a bit of a lift. We'll have to wait and see. So penultimate corner, they go flat out, then just dab of the brakes, shift it down to 5th gear and then blend it down and onto the main straight they are again. So very quick laps as Flappy tries to go around the outside of Cartman into turn 1. Not gonna work this time. Robber's Dog and RJ Cool now in 5th and 6th with Mr. Sean now trying and going up the inside of the Robber's Dog. It turns into the outside for the next right-hander on top of the mountain. Ooh, almost gets on the sand, and if you guys as you guys might know, if you get on the sand here you will most likely spin out. As who's that on the sand there? It looked to be JC, but he kept it running. MS Too Fast under threat of losing a position as JC goes off at the final turn and hard into the side barriers. Oh, that's a hard hit. Luckily he can keep going, but he has gotten a lot of damage. As you can see in the left bottom side of your screen, the flashing indicates that there's a lot of damage. Luckily no engine damage, but it surely is a heck of an impact. Cartman now breaking away from Flappy behind. It's not much, but it is something. Top 3 are already pulling away from Dale Garrett and RJ Cool. Then Mr. Sean and Mickey is now up into 8th position, getting past Anna Stilvast and JC. JC is having a rough time. Very hard to control a car with that much damage. Let's have a look. Cartman is a bit low on fuel compared to Flappy and Sir Bottlejob. Into the long right-hander, turn 2. On this track there are mostly long right-handers and a bit sharper left-handers. So it will also be a bit of tire management needs to happen. As we see that Mickey is now back in 9th place. Stilvast has gotten past Mickey again. Will be interesting to see what the different strategies will be, as Sir Bottlejob went off-road at the exit of the final turn and just narrowly could keep it on the road, or keep it out of the barriers is a better thing to say, because he didn't kept it on the road. There Garrett is now in 6th position, having made a mistake last lap. From 4th, now in 6th. So Robostock and RJ Cool both move up a position. I think JC is doing a lot of fuel saving now. Maybe going for a... what will it be? I think a one-stopper. I think for Cartman he will have to do a two-stopper, seeing that his fuel is about halfway and we are at 6 minutes race time. I think it's a bit too late for him to fuel save massively and go for a one-stopper, but we'll have to wait and see. Mr. Sean is looking very good in his fuel, but we have experienced that from him before. Also, tire saving is going to be less of an issue now that they are gonna make 2 pit stops. Tire wear isn't that high, but if you don't if you cannot manage to save, then you will really struggle at the end of your stint. So fastest lap now is from Sir Bottlejob with a 1:11.929. Just slightly faster than Cartman's best lap, which is a 1:11.966. So a couple of 100s difference. As the Garrett is now in 5th position, getting past the Robber's Dog. And now Mr. Sean and MS2 Fast have caught up to the Roberts dog as well. Was a bit of a gap, but they seem to have closed that gap down sufficiently to make a move, maybe. Carbon is definitely looking worse on fuel than the two guys behind him. It's interesting to see, the gear ratios from Sir Bollojuk are definitely much more different than the one his teammate has. His fourth gear is longer, I think. Well, on the main straight we can have a look at that. Because it's definitely interesting when two teammates have different tuning. You would expect that they would run the same tune, or maybe that's just me. As we see that Mickey is now very far behind, presumably made a mistake. So on to the I was gonna say that we could compare their pitch top speeds, but I guess not. I guess we will just have to wait. As JC heading off, coming up to the uphill, and just slid off, and then he gets reset back to the track and pulls out of the way and has DNF'd. So he has retired now, understandably. In his position was quite a while back and wasn't looking too good. Then, if you can just look at the difference in fuel between De Garrett and RJ Cool, that's quite something. Mr. Sean looking up the inside at the penultimate turn. Looking for a move on the Roberts dog. Not gonna happen this time. Who's gonna pull into the pits? I think Roberts dog is, yes. So remaining out there without a pit stop are Flappy, Der Garrett, Mr. Sean and MS. Too fast for you. And Sir Bollojuk has overcut Cartman Reviser, so staying out that extra lap has cost Cartman Reviser a lot. And that will be even more disastrous for Flappy then. Because Flappy still needs to pit, and seeing that Sir Bollojuk has undercut Cartman Reviser, I think Flappy can be in real danger. We have to wait and see. Is he gonna come in this lap? He's gonna stay out another lap. Is he committing to the one stop? He has to. So that's the plan for Flappy. He's gonna do a one-stopper. Gonna pit next lap, I hope, because otherwise he might run out of fuel. Garrett stays out. Mr. Sean stays out as well. team. MS2 fast with less than 10% of fuel. That's gonna be tight. That's gonna be very, very tight. Okay, the first flying lap from Sir Job. He did a 1:11.724, the new fastest lap of the race. As Flappy has retired. Flappy, who was leading the race. Oops. Sorry for that small inconvenience. I was gonna say Flappy, who was in the lead. He retired, but it's just out of nowhere. Very weird. I will ask him after the race what exactly happened. But this means your new race leader is Garrett Op TS. Then in second place is Mr. Sean with MS2 fast in third. But they all need to make a pit stop. And that means that Sir Job is your effective race leader with Cartman now in second. Mickey also needing to make a pit stop as MS2 fast in with 1% left. Is Mickey gonna get into the pits without running out of fuel? He just manages to do it with 0% left. But Mr. Sean and the Garrett also staying out for another lap. So they are also committing to a one-stop race. But will that be quicker? That's the question. I don't think so, to be honest, seeing that Sir Job and Cartman Revisor are very close to them. And they all got to make another pit stop, whilst Mr. Sean and their Garrett also have to fuel save much more than Sir Job and Cartman need to do. Their Garrett below 10% of fuel. Mr. Sean not far away from that either. So they will come in at the end of this lap. That will be just in 1 corner time. But at least the Garrett has led a lap, and that's quite something to say. As Sir Job goes wide at the exit of the final turn. Is Cartman Revisor close enough to go for a move? I don't think he is. As we ride on board with Cartman. This right-hander is tricky to get that right. But they seem to have managed it well. RJ Cool now in the final podium position with his teammate Robber's Dog closely behind. Then we have the Garrett with Mr. Sean close behind him. And MS2 fast is in 7th, and last but not least is Mickey in 8th place. It looks to be Cartman who's the quicker now. But it doesn't matter who's the quickest now, it's who's the quickest coming over the line. New fastest lap was set by Cartman Revisor, a 1:11.428, so about 3/10 quicker than Sir Job's fastest lap. So Cartman will have that 1 point behind his name as it stands now. But they both need to make another pit stop, so for the both of them there's a chance to retake that fastest lap. RJ Cool in 3rd. You can just see on the map at the top right, not bottom, top right. Corner of your screen, you can see the map, and it's just Cartman and Subaltern Job are just miles in front, and Mickey is in the back, a bit further back. So, without pit stops, Der Garrett and Mr. Sean are leading. They are done with their pit stops. But now the question is, will that time gained by that one less pit stop give them the lead? As Mr. Sean sets his personal fastest lap of the race, a 1:13.234, whilst they Garrett at a 1:13.059. So Cartman, where did that come from? Der Garrett is slightly quicker than Mr. Sean, as it looks. RJ Cool a bit cruising on his own, to be honest. Nobody in front, and his teammate not too closely behind. So he's just driving along and trying to keep up that momentum, and who knows, maybe he can score a podium. But it's gonna be a tricky one, seeing that Garrett doesn't have any pit stops left, and he is relatively close to RJ Cool and Driver's Dog. So maybe Der Garrett will snatch that podium away. Subaltern Job still defending from Cartman Revisor. Now on to the main straight into turn 1. Subaltern Job last lap was a 1:13.030. Cartman did a 1:13.248. So Subaltern Job 2/10 quicker. I just realized the possibility. RJ Cool and the Robbers Dog are both looking somewhat decent on fuel regarding when they made their first pit stop. As Der Garrett is looking up the inside at turn 2. Does he make it stick? Yes, he makes it stick, and that's a beautiful move from Der Garrett. Up the inside of the Robbers Dog. The Robbers Dog wasn't expecting that move to happen, and as a result of that, Der Garrett is now up into 4th place, so a step closer to that podium. But what I was gonna say is that the Robbers Dog and RJ Cool are somewhat decent on fuel relative to their time of their first pit stop, but it's gonna be a close one. Who manages to get it to the line without having to serve that extra pit stop. Robbers Dog now also on the threat of Mr. Sean. Is Mr. Sean gonna repeat the move Gary did? No, he's not. Robbers Dog keeps it parked on the apex. Mr. Sean can't find a way past. But I don't think it will be long till the Robbers Dog needs to up that position. You can just see the time gained by Der Garrett as he almost loses it, touching the grass or dirt more. And that was a heck of a moment. Now the Robert's dog is in, so he's not gonna make it. RJ Cool went in last lap, so the Garrett is now up into the final podium. But Cartman has now did the same move that the Garrett did on the Robert's dog, and now Cartman is up into the lead of this race. So I've just got some information that Flapjack had some technical difficulties. That's why he needed to retire. But now Sir Botterjob is back up into the lead. But can he hold it there? That's the question. With a little over 5 minutes remaining. 4 or 5 laps, I think 5 laps. And Mr. Sean is now also past the Robert's dog since the Robert's dog went into the pits. Ooh, as there Garrett again looking for danger and going almost off track. That's not something you want to see very often. I just realized this car only has one wing mirror. Or side mirrors. Yeah, look, on the right hand side there is none. Only on the left hand side. Understandable. I mean, it's not a car you would see in regular traffic. So, Mickey still at the back, hasn't been able to make that one stopper work. His front tires are very worn. So maybe setting the brake bias a bit further back will help that. But MS2 Fast also with the one stop. One stopper seemed the way to go. Although the top two did a two stopper, but they're just almighty fast. They need to get their own tier. Cartman is looking better on fuel, so Cartman can push a little bit more. I think there's 4 laps remaining now. And apart from the top 2, I don't think much will change to the running order. Now into the final corner for the 22nd time. Oh, Cartman goes off-road. Cartman, can he keep it? Oh, that was an almighty save by Cartman. You could see the back end just dancing around. Ooh, that was a really close one. That would have really lost his chance to get that first position, but now the time between the two of them is maybe a bit too much. MS Toolfast has dropped off a bit, not having the pace of the guys in front of him. Then RJ Cool, last lap, his personal fastest lap, by 1 minute 12.822, whilst the Robust Dog did a 1.12.661, so marginally quicker than RJ Cool. And it's the start of lap 24. 2 laps remaining. Can Cartman make a move on Sir Bottlejob? MS Toolfast with below 10% left of his fuel. But he has calculated very good, because he has only got 1 lap left to go. So he can make it, but be careful. Roaring RJ Cool will be looking at something like this, and maybe get a cheeky 5th place instead of 6th. Mickey as well in danger of running out of fuel. But there's Sir Bottlejob and Cartman. I think it will be Sir Bottlejob who takes it, as Cartman again goes wide at the exit of the final corner, and Sir Bottlejob will start his final lap with less than 10% left of his fuel. Cartman looking a bit better on his fuel. There Garrett also below 10% of his fuel. And he has crossed the finish line in 3rd place, so very good calculating done by him, and he takes a podium, very well deserved. Mr. Sean comes home in 4th, also a good drive for him. MS Toolfast in 5th, then RJ Cool in 6th. The Robust Dog just going for a bit of a celebration, maybe a bit too early, comes home in 7th. Then we have Mickey rounding the final corner. Oh, look at the state of his front tires. Oh, that's horrible. And he will come home in 8th. Then Sir Bottlejob with just a fraction left of his fuel. He is already waving. He knows he has got the victory. And he takes 1st place. Cartman comes home in 2nd. That was a brilliant race from start to finish. Unlucky for JC and Flappy, but it has happened. So nothing can be changed about that. But I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment who you think will claim the championship. Until then, I will see you next time for some more Driversroom Festival of Speed. Have a good one. Goodbye.